Hello and welcome. In this video, I'm going to show you some of the different question types you have available to you in Google Forms. So Google Forms is a survey, questionnaire, and even an assessment tool within the Google Workspace for Education suite of products. And it's something that you can use even if you're not necessarily in a classroom teacher instructional role because it's super flexible and there's lots of different options within it to ask questions, to get feedback, and it all goes into a spreadsheet. So it's easy to gather your data and organize it as you wish. So within Google Forms, there's all different kinds of questions that you can utilize. So if I go to my Google form, I can just start creating one. I type my title, and then over here on the right-hand side is where I can get going by adding the different types of questions and media. Over here, I can add a description if I would like. All of my responses are going to go in this tab after I share it with people. And then settings is where I can go a little bit into deeper detail on who I want to be able to access this, the number of times they can respond, as well as the presentation and look of my Google form, including a message that comes up at the end when someone's finished taking it, or I can even have them submit another response if they would like. Across the top, we have some add-ons that you can plug in here. You can download them from the Google Web Store, adds even more functions to your Google form. And then we have themes, so we can make this colorful and pretty and use even an organizational logo or color palette if we have it. I can preview it once I get going. I can send this, so you can send it through email, link, or even by embedding it. And then I can also add collaborators, make copies, and kind of go on there and even print this if I want to. So in terms of question types, I'll just click the little plus button to add my question. If you hover over any one of these buttons, it tells you what you can do. On another video I have, I talk about some of the different media that you can add to a Google form as well as what the other buttons mean. But for right now, we're going to focus on the different question types that are out there. So on a Google form, you have several question types available to you. By default, it usually goes to multiple choice. And once it figures out what types of questions you're asking or even how you phrase the question, it's going to use artificial intelligence and try to figure out, well, maybe it's more of an open-ended response, and we'll give you that question type. So there's multiple choice, which means that participants can only select one answer out of the options that you've provided. There's checkboxes, which is a fancy way of saying multiple response. So you list a bunch of options and they can select more than one as they wish or multiple answers. Drop down is only one response, but they're selecting their options from a drop down menu versus scrolling through the different multiple choice bubbles. This drop down menu button is a really great option if you have a longer list of options out there and you don't want it to be a giant scrolling piece there for your participants. So if I wanted to do multiple choice, I can add my options here. All right. Put them there. I can rearrange them as I need to. I can add as many or as few as I would like. The other options that we have on here are multiple response, which is checkboxes. So if I feel like this guy is multiple colors, I can go through and do that. And then drop down makes it so that you can keep adding these, and when the person goes to take this particular little form response here, they can select from the options that you've put. So the other pieces that are helpful for you to see are the other response types. So there's short answer, which means it's kind of a short response. They have a character limit. You can usually type about a paragraph and then it will cut off that response. If you don't want to have any type of limitation on the amount of text, then do paragraph. So they can type out multiple paragraphs, copy and paste there as they need to. Other question types are file upload. So a file upload is basically going to allow whoever is taking your form to submit something from their Google Drive or from their device to you. So this is great if perhaps you're wanting to use this as a way to collect student work, or if you're wanting to collect files from people who aren't necessarily in the learning management system. Maybe you're getting data from a different group of people, or even seating charts if you're an administrator. You can definitely do that. You can specify what type of file type that you want it to be and what's accepted. Otherwise, it will give them the error message if they try to upload something that's not set up there. You can configure the amount of files they can add. You can have up to 10, minimum of 1. And you can determine the file size as well. So, and whenever this is generated for you, it makes a folder in your Google Drive that has all the different file types there. So it's easy for you to go through and find them. And as always, it's going to be linked on the spreadsheet that's attached with your Google form as well. So you can always view all of their file attachments from there, and it creates a hyperlink for them so you can jump right to it. So that is the file upload option. The other options here are a linear scale. This is great if you want your users to provide a rating on something. So a nice little Likert scale here is 1 to 4. You can have a label here. The only ones that you can label though are the first option here, so the 1 or the 4 or whatever your highest number is. So those are the only two that you can put clarifying terms on. The other options are a multiple choice grid. Now, this is a great option if you're wanting to specify and give a little bit more insight or have people evaluate a bunch of different criteria. So typically, the way that I've used this in the past is I've set this up to where they have to have a response in each row. So maybe my first row here is session 1, and we're evaluating sessions from a tech conference. All right. These are the different sessions that they could have attended. And then these are the different not the best. All right, so I've set up all of my different fields here on this multiple choice grid question type, and I'm just going to toggle over into preview so you can see what this looks like. I always think it's helpful to do that as you're building so you get a feel for what these are, and that's really one of the best ways to learn. So the idea here is that we go through and we evaluate on this criteria, and each row requires a response. All right, so that is the multiple choice grid. The other option on here is a checkbox grid. So this is another option that you have here. And checkbox grid just basically says you could, instead of having just one possible answer per row, you can have multiple responses per row. So I usually kind of actually like to flip flop this so that go. All right, so I have this one set up, and what I'm going to do is toggle over into preview. So basically, this is a way to evaluate some of this criteria and determine whether we met multiple pieces or maybe we were missing one. So again, just an option here for this. If you want to assess a bunch of different criteria quickly in more of a table view rather than separate individual questions for each one, this is a good time saver on that front. All right. And then the last two options here are date and time. So if you're wanting to set this up to where the user has to input what day it is, this is really great if maybe you're using a Google form to send people professional growth points or continuous learning certificates. This is how you can set that up, where they have to plug in the day. You can also do time if you would like, if perhaps you're trying to gather options or figure out when the best time is to meet, or you're even just trying to assess students' ability to tell time. So those are the different question types that you have possible in Google Forms. It's a really great tool, easy to use, and there's lots of Google Forms tutorials and resources on my YouTube channel if you want to learn even more, including how to add different types of multimedia to make it even more interactive and accessible for your students.